You guys almost get to see my mom getting kissed.
Hey.
That's my dad. That's
Bob.
That's Bupster.
All the minions.
Oh wait, come back over for 1 second, because everyone always wants their own Bupster, so you might as well say hi.
They want their what?
They want their own Bupster. All right, so there's Bupster for anyone that needs one.
Deuces.
Yeah.
I'm going to Boston.
Yeah, he's gonna go do his good deed.
Stay tuned.
Visit his aunt on this beautiful day.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Drive safe. We love you. All right. So, if you're watching, this is the
Mitt.
and Mimi.
Here's Mitt.
Here's Mimi. So, hey Ann,
Good morning, all.
how are you watching this? Aren't you at school?
Yes, why aren't you at school?
Maybe she's on her break. Oh, and there's Sandy. Hi, Sandy. Okay, so our topic today is a little bit of a dovetail. I love using that word. From yesterday when my mom talked about her diabetes, because one thing that is apparent in our country, and maybe even all over the world, but definitely in our country, is the idea of supersizing. Everything is bigger. Our homes, our cars, our furniture, our TVs, everything. Our boobs, everything's bigger, right, in America. And bigger is not always better.
No.
Having a big heart, yes. Having a big amount of gratitude in your life, and having big blessings.
And big appreciation for all
yes,
that.
those are all great in large quantities, but food, not so much.
The buffet is not your friend.
No. So today we're gonna have a little conversation about that, because I read, and while I get kind of set up, my mom's gonna give you a little little medical advice that she looked up. So again, we are not professionals. I must set that
You don't
disclaimer.
have to preface that,
Yes,
because
I do,
this
because
is out there
I
for
don't-
everyone to read,
Listen,
and I actually learned this
Mom,
in nutrition.
Yes, I do, because you don't ever want someone to do something that we say and it goes against their medical advice.
This isn't going to go against any medical advice, because it's something in your body.
We're
that
not
we all have.
professionals. I'm just telling you people that. We're not professionals. Okay. So I love this book. Some people may not like Bethany Frankel. I don't know. I love her. I think she's hilarious. She's super sarcastic, and so am I. And she doesn't take life too seriously. And she took a dream of hers and turned it into a multi-billion-dollar company. And I just think she's pretty awesome. But this book called Naturally Thin, I love it because it is not about dieting at all. It's about her kind of journey from being a food freak, like a calorie freak, and like worrying about everything in life, to she went and trained over in Italy as a chef and learned to appreciate food and what it can do for you, but also how to incorporate it in your life in a healthy way. So her book is about like 10 guidelines for how to live your life. It's not about dieting, and she gives you a bunch of like recipes and stuff. So I just love it. But today's little rule that I love is downsize now. So that chapter is all about why do we eat as much as we eat if we don't actually need all that food. And if you come from a place of like back in the day when cavemen used to go hunt for food and it was scarce and things like that, or crops were down or whatever, yeah, of course you're gonna like eat as much as you can. Or in the Depression, yeah, if you can get 2 pieces of bread in the Depression, eat them. But we're not in that state right now, so you do not need to worry where your next meal is going to come from, unless, and I say this with all delicacy, you are in that position, and then please don't take anything I say offensively. But if you're not in that position, which most of us aren't, then we need to be a little bit more careful about how much we eat as we're eating it. So my mom's going to give you a little medical background while I get my little example set up for you.
All right. Years ago in school, I was a psychology major and a nutrition minor. And one of the things I learned there was that the way the body functions. And in your hypothalamus in your brain, which is a very small part of it, however, it controls a lot of things. And because my memory fails me all the time, I'm going to just read the things.
She's
it
actually
controls.
researching for the show now, just so you guys feel better.
Because I want to give you good information.
Yeah, that's all right.
So it controls, the hypothalamus, as small as it is, controls your body temperature, your sleep, your hormones, your moods, your thirst, and your appetite. and it's called the apostat in there. So this is one of the things I talk to my grandson about, because sometimes we tend to eat very fast. So our apostat, which tells your stomach that you're full, doesn't have a chance to register because you're eating so much so fast. And that's when you get that feeling of being bloated, because you think, oh, I'm eating, I'm still hungry. But I always tell him, slow down, let your belly tell your brain, and let your apostat know that you're full, because then
20 minutes.
Then you just went on and on and on.
No, I said 20 minutes you're supposed to wait.
Oh, I thought you said I had 20 minutes.
No, 20 minutes is what you're supposed to wait after you eat your initial meal. That's the
and then
guideline.
And in that way, you can control that. If you understand that the way your body is working, and this is something we all have, if you understand that, sometimes you can reset your apostat. And there's all kinds of information out there for those of you who Google, which I've recently learned to do over the past few years. You can research
God help
that.
me with that new iPhone update too. You should have seen her last night when you trying to teach her how to use that stuff. So I just draw on it.
I love it. Anyway, you can do that by doing two things. One, and that's what Mitt's going to show you with the portion control, which we talked about yesterday, eating half or smaller or whatever. And you can control it by giving yourself time while you're eating. I mean, I know if you're on a lunch break or something, then you got to eat, but you can chew your food and swallow it, and actually let it hit your stomach with being digestible, because that is when your body tells your apostat, your belly tells your apostat, I'm full, I'm eating, I don't need to have this starving feeling. And in that way you reset it, and you have the control there. So that's a good thing to know. You have control over resetting your apostat, because maybe as a kid, like in my house, being Italian, it was manja, 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 and your plate kept getting refilled, even if you were full. Yes, come on, manja. So, probably as kids, we got, Clean Plate Club and all that stuff was keeping your body keep eating, and your apostat doesn't know you're hungry. Doesn't know you're full. So now you can look at that, and using smaller plates and smaller things, you can reset that portion size, and then you'll know you're full.
There you go. See, being part of the Clean Plate Club is not your friend.
No. And that's how I was brought up.
And we'll show you how you can do both. All right, so here's a visual for you. So I love Frosted Mini Wheats, right? This is my cereal bowl that I've used all my life. They're these little Pyrex bowls I've had since college. This one's actually chipped. Of course you did.
I did. They're from A&P.
Yeah,
they were a $1 bowl.
Of course. Why wouldn't they be? This one's actually cracked. Anyway, this is the serving size of Frosted Mini Wheats, right? So it's supposed to be like that big, but I would eat this whole bowl. I would fill this whole bowl up because I thought I should, because it's a cereal bowl. But the whole idea of downsizing says if I used a smaller bowl, right? So if I put my little 21 mini wheats in there, it's not see-through.
Is that what the serving size is?
Yeah. It looks like it's full, right? And if I even went to a bowl that was even like a little more of your average size like that, look at that. It looks like I'm having a full bowl of cereal. So instead of using this humongous bowl, which really should be for storing things instead of eating out of, and this is like my ice cream bowl, my cereal bowl, everything. So until I started really realizing about the whole portion control thing, I would eat that way. So this is actually a bowl of cereal, not this humongous one.
And it tells you on the box how many pieces, so you can see how easily it fits in the smaller bowl.
Right.
As opposed to keeping, that's like a double serving for the bigger bowl.
The good thing about buying bowls that fit in each other, I like to buy them, nesting bowls like that, is that you always have a size that kind of goes with whatever it is you're supposed to eat. So Bethany Frankel in her book, she talks about the different size bowls that should go with your different size things. So she gives you a Garanimals version of what to eat with which kind of things, like muffins, cookies, pastries, medium-sized portion, cheese. A piece of cheese is the size of a business card. Ice cream, 1 scoop in a ramekin or a custard cup. She tells you in a very easy way kind of how to eat what you're eating and still feel full. So last night.
Yes, this is not an ice cream bowl.
No. Last night when we were eating, so my plates for my registry, right, were from Williams Sonoma. Now, I want to just show you guys. This plate is bigger than my head, right? This is the salad plate. that came with the set. This is the dinner plate. What the bleep? Look at the size of this plate.
Yep.
It's huge. It's bigger than my mom's head. Kidding. Look at the size of this plate. Who eats this much food at dinner? So if you ate a regular sized portion of vegetables, meat, and starch, it's still gonna look empty. Like, what is this country thinking that this is like the right size plate? So I eat off these plates. Like last night, and unfortunately I only registered for 4 of them. I don't know what I was thinking. I need more, and I don't even know if they make this one anymore. But this is the size plate that you should be using. Here's the bowls that came with it. This is the bowl that came with the set. Look at how big this is. So if you had a serving of soup, it's gonna look like there's like nothing on the bottom of the plate. So I got these from Crate and Barrel to actually like make it a little bitter, and they're not even that much better, but they're at least a little smaller. So technically, this bread plate that came, I got this from Crate and Barrel, is really the size, not of your dinner plate, but the size of what like a portion of your carbs or your meat or whatever should fit on. So sometimes I'll take this little plate and like measure it out and then put it on the other plate, because we want to fill our plates. Like, that's just the way we think. So if you use a smaller plate, that's okay. Fill it up. And then you're part of the Clean Plate Club because you ate your dinner, you felt good, boom, done. So the whole idea...
Apostat knows you're full.
Even coffee cups, people. Like, even the coffee cups we drink of, they're huge, you know, and everyone loves them, and they have all these sayings on them. But then you want to drink more coffee, and then you have more caffeine, and then you might have more sugar with it and whatever. So it's kind of just that whole mentality that supersizing anything is not really your friend, because in the end, all it does is supersize your body, and you don't really want to do that. That's not a healthy way to eat. So when you go to a restaurant, go ahead, tell them, well, we both do these things. Like, we went to dinner the other night, we do it. So tell them about our dinner at Girardi's, what we did with our salads.
We took half home because we each ordered.
Again, do not invite her on your talk show.
No, I was going to elaborate.
home.
I was going to elaborate. We each ordered a small salad, but the small salad was so big, we could have split it.
Huge.
And so we each wound up taking a half of it home, and we could have just split the whole thing. Which I wanted to mention here also, that when I go out to dinner, Longhorn, with my grandson Cole, we'll get the 8-ounce Flo's filet. We'll split that because the real portion of steak is 4 ounces. And then we'll split our salad, and we'll split just about the whole meal. And then I'll take the sweet potato home and have that for a meal the next day, and he'll have whatever he has. And we do that because that's your real portion. Because when you go to a restaurant like that, your plate is this big.
Yeah, and
it's a long oval thing. it's full. So get it with broccoli and split the steak, take the rest home for the next day's meal.
Well, and I think the thing is, too, is that restaurants think they're giving you, like, an amazing deal when you get, like, a huge portion and stuff like that. But ultimately, you know, if you get a big portion like that, like, if I get a salad and it comes and it's huge, I'll put half in a box before I even put my dressing on it, so it doesn't get all gross in the refrigerator. Like, if it shows up to the table and it's on a plate the size bigger than my head, then I'll just take half of it home and put the dressing on it later. You know, and the other thing that she says that I love in here is, like, it shouldn't be about denying yourself, but if you slow down and you enjoy your food and you have your small portion, you put your fork down while you're eating, you talk to people while you're eating, you visit, you know, you do little things. Oh, yeah. See, Sandy said the same thing. Yeah, ask for a to-go box. I always say to the waitress, I know you're going to think I'm weird, but can I have a to-go box? I shouldn't even say that anymore, because probably a lot of people do that now. Mm-hmm. But anyway, like, enjoy the people that you're with. Enjoy what you're doing. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, I went to Italy for a month when my sister was living over there, and that was what I learned. Like, it was crazy because one of the things is that I thought I was going to gain weight when I went to Italy. I lost 8 pounds when I was in Italy because not only was everything fresh, no processed food. They refused to eat processed food over there, but it was like a big production. Like, the dinner was the production. Nobody was on their phones. Nobody was watching TV. Everybody was visiting and talking. And next thing you know, you're like, an hour went by and you only ate what was in front of you because you were, like, enjoying everything so much. So, you know, there is a thing called, like, slowing down, enjoying what you're doing, enjoying the flavors of things, and taking your time, and then wait to see if you really want to go back and have some more. And if you do it. Just don't take another big heaping forkful or spoonful or whatever that you had the first time, because if it really is that good and you want it, you're going to think about it and it's going to bother you. So you might as well just go do it and enjoy it and be okay with it. And then maybe don't have dessert or something. I don't know. But don't sit there thinking, obsessing about it. Just go have another couple of bites and satisfy that part of you, Live your life. Do what you need to do. Just live it in a way that's good for you and healthy for you instead of like everything being as big as your head. You should never eat anything bigger than your head. That's our tip of the day, people. Don't eat anything bigger than your head.
When I was at the Jocelyn seminar there that I was talking about, they said like a pasta portion is as big as your fist, like that's your own individual fist.
Oh, I forgot to show you guys these things. These are cool. These are things that my friend Michelle Galinsky gave me, and I don't know if you can see it, but inside the little cup are like measurement marks. See, can you see that? So it's a little nesting thing. So I use these sometimes even for my cereal now because it already measures the cup out for me, which is kind of cool. So
I like those.
I don't know where she got them from. Galinsky, if you watch this, can you tell us where you got these so we can tell people where to get them?
I would like a set.
But how cute are they, right? I use them all the time for my granola too. That's a big thing. Granola has a bleep ton. I'm not supposed to swear anymore on this.
Right.
A bleep ton of sugar in it. So you're only supposed to have a quarter of a cup of granola when you have it. This little monkey here is a quarter of a cup. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I take one of those little 100-calorie things and I'm like just dumping granola in it. And all of a sudden I'm like, I think I just ate a half a cup of granola. No good. Anyway, so that's our advice for you guys today. Eat what you want at dinner, but use a smaller plate. Don't eat off things that are bigger than your head, and pay attention to the size of the bowls and the plates that you are using, because if you fill this to the top, you've gone beyond. And that's how we pack on those little pounds that pile up over time, and then we got to bust our behinds to burn it off. And if you don't want to do that, if you want to live a nice steady thing and have the insulin thing that like my mom was talking about yesterday, just start paying attention to those things.
And that alone will reset your appestat so that you feel full faster.
Reset the stat.
Yep. Because it is like I said, it's a real thing in your hypothalamus that controls your appetite. And by eating smaller portions over time, you'll feel your body will know it's full.
Does it smell good? I just worked out. I smell.
Your body will know it's full.
Terrible.
So you won't have to keep worrying about it because it'll automatically happen over time of using smaller portions. You'll feel satisfied quicker. Not on everything.
Yeah, you don't want that in the bedroom. You do not want to be satisfied quicker in the bedroom. You want a little longer in the bedroom. That only goes for your appetite. Out at the
This
table.
will never make it on public TV.
It's fine. Who cares? We're not trying for that. Anyway, all right. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Have a great day. And I don't know. We'll have some kind of Friday surprise for you. Maybe my mom will flash you.
Oh, I'll do that right now.
Ew! You don't want to do that.
Kidding.
All right. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.
Love you guys.